Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday, guys. It is the last week of the month of July, and we're gearing up for starting school. I don't know about your guys' county, but we are going to be starting school here in a couple of weeks. So there's going to be some changes in terms of what my kids will be doing. Let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys have little ones, you guys still have to look after in terms of school. If you guys are doing homeschool, virtual learning, or if you guys are taking them back into physical classrooms. We have opted for them to stay home and go to school here, at least until the top of the year. Anyway, I wanted to jump on today because it is Monday. I know a lot of you guys are still working, doing everything you possibly can to ensure that you're growing your business. So I wanted to jump on and kind of get everybody hopefully inspired and understanding that growing a business is all centered around being a prophet and prophesizing your success. And in the beginning, it's super difficult. Even in the thick of it, it's difficult, managing clients and actually having a calendar full of clients that you are responsible for, in a sense, right? In terms of the thing that you're selling. So, the feeling of having clients or growing a business is hard, and then having a business is hard. All of it is really, yes, there's difficulty in it. I think there's always going to be some problems that arise. As you expand, there's always going to be problems for you to solve. And the reason why is because you haven't expanded that big before. So every time you grow in awareness, grow more in terms of your business, grow in terms of your insight and your ability to reason and your ability to solve one problem, you're going to be led to the next problem. And that's just a part of growing a business. That's just a part of operating life, right? Every time we are faced with some sort of problem, we put on our thinking cap and see how do we solve this problem as efficient and as profitable and as time efficient as possible. And the same thing for business. A lot of us are parents. A lot of us have a day job while we're having our hustle, our side hustle. A lot of us have families we take care of at home that takes away from our attention as well. So, a lot of us have a lot of things. And this is common. This is just a part of life. And, the obsession you have about growing your business, the obsession you have, will determine how much and how quickly you'll move past your defeat about whatever thing that makes you feel shitty or whatever thing that's kind of holding you back. How obsessed you are. Right? I'm constantly reminding people about how obsessed they need to be. And I, me as someone who is on the other side of that, can only say it so much, to the point where now it's up to you on how obsessed do you want to be about your business? How obsessed do you want to be about making money? How obsessed do you want to get out of your day job and actually supplement your income through your side hustle so you can finally quit? How obsessed are you? And there's a difference between being obsessed and actually doing the work. And there's another thing where it's like you just sit in the frustration and kind of almost rethink the process. Okay? And if you're in this place where you want to rethink the process, I want to remind you that everything I'm teaching you guys here is what grew my business and what has allowed me to have clients like you guys on a every other week or weekly basis, depending on what you guys have signed up with me in. And, you know, years ago, prior to me running my own show, I worked for a business coaching company. And, excuse me, where's water? No water. There's no water. So I ran my own, I didn't run it yet, but I worked for a business coaching company. And it was a real estate coaching company that helped realtors, investors, real estate agents, and real estate office agent, like, you know, all of the big realtor companies. We help them grow their businesses, right? And I worked for them for some time, you know, for a number of years, where when I went into working for them, I didn't think I was going to get into business coaching. I just did it because I really liked their hours. And prior to working for this company, I was working at a hospitality management company here in Las Vegas, working 12-hour days, you know, being super prestigious, but like worked a buttload, and I was so overwhelmed and overworked. So I had to find another job that was credible enough for me to feel good about, and also paid me enough and had the hours I wanted. So that's where I began my business coaching journey. So I decided to work for them. And when I worked for them, I loved working for them because I really enjoyed what I did. I helped with, you know, a lot of the strategies on how to implement things into their business. I also love the personal development aspect, the mindset stuff, shifting people out of their funk and getting them into movement and action. And, you know, I guess I had a natural knack for that. Now, eventually what happened was the company just got really big and people just started acting crazy. Okay, and this is what made me like hate my job. I hated it because there was a time where it was really fun and amazing. And then it got to the point where there was office politics, you know, taking vacations was like a nightmare because, you know, you had to file for approval on the vacation. You had to let them know where you're going and why. You have to see if you're going to get paid for the vacation, or do you not? You know, do you just take the day off, or do you get paid vacation, or whatever the damn lingo is in HR? You know, and it was just catty. It was like a catty ass place. Eventually it became catty. It became big. The leaders of the company just became too far away from the actual organization because it just got so big. So this is when I started becoming frustrated working for this company. And this frustration led me to deep anger. Like really fiery. Anyone came at me a certain way, I was a total bitch to them. You know, even I did some stuff where I disrespected the time I was there, meaning I would work on my own stuff at work. That's disrespectful, you know, and I'll acknowledge that. However, I was really in this place of anger. I didn't want to work for anybody anymore. And at the time, I had 2 kids. Really little, obviously, but eventually I became so obsessed about having to make my own money my own way because I noticed that I was losing time with my children. I had to commute an hour to work, clock in at 8, have my hour lunch, leave at 5, but I wouldn't get home until 6, right? And from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. I was gone Monday through Friday. And my kids would be home with their dad, and it made me feel really fucking shitty. Okay, so aside from the fact that the office turned into a fucking Wild Wild West show, My kids, just being away from them and seeing how quickly they grow and how I really wanted to be a part of that. And this desire for me wanting to be a part of that came from growing up. I didn't have my mom, right? My mom worked. So like that desire for me to be with my children came from because when I was younger, I was always alone. Okay, so and talking about it now, I can really be here with my children, and I'm so grateful because of that, like, memories as a child, right? Me being alone, feeling like, wow, my mom's always working, making it work, right? And now, or at the time, I did not want my kids to have that experience, right? All right, gathering myself. Okay, so I became super obsessed. Okay, so beyond the anger, beyond this deep-rooted feeling of wanting to be with my children, I became extremely narrowed down obsessed about growing this business. Super obsessed, right? Didn't know it was going to be a coaching business. I knew that I wanted to be working with women, so I wrote my book, my postpartum book. I wrote the book, and that's when I started getting into the online space. So, with the book, then next thing you know, I'm doing all these different things to grow the actual marketing for this business, for the book that I had written. But I just want to let you know that I didn't sit here and just dream this thing up and then like in a month I had all these clients. I have you guys. It's not like that. That's not, if that were the case, there would be more people doing this, like successfully doing this, okay? And there's a lot of people online who are portraying like they're doing stuff, but they're not. And I can tell by the way what they talk about. I can tell, I just can tell. Because I know what I do in my business. I know the clients I have. I know how I'm making money. I can tell if another coach is fluff, and if they're just claiming stuff that's not real. I can tell. So don't look at the other people doing these things, because you don't know, number one, if it's true, and number two, how long it took for them to get there. Okay? And how much frustration did they have to experience for them to do the thing that fucking pisses them off to do? How long? And I say this every time I do this. Like, it's always about like in the middle of the year or in December. I did this same video in December. Not the same one, but kind of like the same feeling where it's like, don't underestimate how people get to where they're at. Last year, I booked 100 strategy calls. 100, okay? And I close about 25% of those calls. Now, in those 100 strategy calls, I was testing out all the damn fucking scripts in the world. Okay? I went into my calls like ready to hit it every single time. 100. I went in and was like, listen, if you say no to me, fine. I'm doing market research, right? I had a purpose behind these calls. Not only did I want to sign on clients, but I also wanted to make a connection to see what the damn problem was. What were they telling me on the call that I can use in my marketing, that I can develop in my curriculum, that I can actually, make land home for my audience, And I'm sharing this with you because I want you guys to know that this takes work. Your ego will be tested. You're going to experience moments where it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. There has to be another way. Go try the other way, and you're going to feel the same way when you try that way. You're going to be like, there has to be another way than this. Choose one way and stick it out. Choose the one strategy and stick it out. Stick out go deep into the strategy. Go deep into the strategy. And, and I say this because there were moments where I didn't go deep. I've done a ton of coaching programs, and there are times where I've given up when it came to sales because I didn't know how to fucking do sales. I gave up, right? And then eventually I had to I had to learn. I had to learn the hard way, and I noticed that my stubborn ass had to do it the hard way, which was my way, which was the way where I had to actually waste time doing it my way. And had I just listened, with my first program or with my first coach or whatever, I would have probably gotten further faster, right? But I am stubborn, and maybe a lot of you guys are just like me, and maybe that's the reason why we are working together, because we relate in that sense, right? But in that, I just want to let you know, when you do figure it out and things start clicking for you, you're going to be like, that's all it took? That's all I needed to do? Right? And months and years may have passed, and then you're going to look at the months and years that have passed, wishing that you could return those months and years and probably just stuck with a damn strategy from the jump. There's a lot of people that will come to me there's a lot of people that will come to me that need help, and when I tell them what they need to do, they balk at it, and there's this level of, I don't want to do that, right? But in that, doing that is what you will learn about yourself. You're going to learn about your capacity. You're going to learn about your abilities. You're going to learn about your ability to execute. You're going to learn about how you can manage your emotions throughout the whole process. And in that, it's the fastest route. However, it's probably one of the scariest routes to continue going down. But when they say trust the process, there's a reason why they say that, to trust the process. Because most people go into programs not trusting the process. Hey, you got to jump through some hoops to get there. I don't want to jump through those fiery hoops, Maria. Trust the process, please, right? However, I can only do so much and say so much and talk to you guys so much until I am like dead in the face. I can only do so much, right? I can even shed tears trying to make it to a point to you guys about, hey, I feel you on how much you're frustrated. I feel you on it because I've been there. To the point where I worked for a coaching company. Okay, I hated it. I hated it. Doing all these amazing things for these clients that were not mine. They weren't my client. And it sucked. So that really gave me a lot of motivation, alongside with, not being with my children all day long. Like, now I'm home with them all day long, and it's like, please leave me alone, please. But I love it, right? Being able to make them breakfast every morning, lunch, dinner, being able to take them to go get yogurt to the park, letting them go play in the rain when it's raining because my ass is home. Like, I can't, I'm so happy to be able to do that, right? But, the motivation part, the really understanding, your ability to actually execute everything is what will set you apart from everyone else. My confidence about everything I do now didn't come from a program. It came from me facing my fear around whatever it is that I was supposed to do, facing it, right? If these motherfuckers can go do all of these things, I can too. What doesn't kill me will what? What will it do? Well, exactly. It'll make you stronger. And the things we're doing here, it's not going to kill you. It ain't. No amount of fucking lives, posting, video recording, memes, you gotta quotes you gotta create, your DMs that you gotta do, it's not gonna kill you. It ain't. It ain't gonna kill. But guess what? Guess what it's gonna test? It's gonna test your ego. And your ego will get shot sometimes. And your ego is gonna fight that. So are you gonna side with your ego or not? Are you gonna side with your highest vision? Are you gonna side with the dream of you having a business? You know, people come to me with a lot of their stuff, and I wouldn't be so passionate about the things I do and talk about hadn't I been in those shoes, hadn't I built my business from the ground up, hadn't I built everything without feeling the feelings along with that. I felt all that. I still feel that. I still have those feelings. I'm still dealing with imposter syndrome. I'm still dealing with insecurities. I'm still thinking, is this a really cute photo of me or not? Is this really even worthy of me to post or not? Should I even be talking about this shit to my clients or not? I'm still dealing with that. I still am. Right before I got on this live, I was like, all right, I need to talk to my client. I need to get on live because this week we're not talking, right? I'm going to say an excerpt from Conversations with God. I'm going to say an excerpt from that. I'm flipping through the book and nothing's resonating with me, right? I'm like, I've gone through this book numerous times. I have multiple highlights, like everywhere, notes everywhere. Just like I've gone through this book like fucking clockwork. Okay, this book I live and die by. But today, I was just not feeling it. Like, for some reason, I didn't really feel super duper inspired today, to be honest, okay? I'm human just like you guys. But guess what I did? I hit live on the video, on the screen live. Even if I had no clue what the fuck I was talking about. And then you got some tears, you got some organic shit, you got some real talk. And I want you guys to see that before that, I wasn't really fucking inspired. I wasn't. I feel bloated. I had McDonald's for lunch. I got a fucking 2C, okay? And goddamn, my digestion is being all funky right now. I don't feel too happy. Like, I'm cool. I just feel kind of, bloated because of McDonald's, right? So I want you guys to know you don't have to have everything line up for you to show up. Show the fuck up. Every single damn day. Show up. Because in that, you are learning how to fight against your ego and side with your highest self. Side with your intuition. Side with the person who is the boss, the business owner, the mom boss, right? The female entrepreneur that has fucking clients paying them because you're that strong of a fucking leader, right? I could have said, listen, I don't feel like it. I'm just going to turn all this shit off. Let me go fucking play Call of Duty. That's what I'm about to do here soon. And if you don't know, we're a gaming family. And to take my mind off, just stuff, I actually shoot some zombies. I noticed that I'm really obsessed with zombies. I watch all the zombie series. I watch Walking Dead. There's Z Nation. I've watched Black Summer. All of the zombie stuff. I'm in it. I'm playing the video games. I don't know what it is. I think zombies to me showcases like the ego, right? Every time a zombie is killed, I'm like, yes, right? There's this like really amazing satisfaction that I feel and I get happy about it. So that's the truth of the matter. And I just want you guys to relieve the pressure of trying to be perfect and trying to almost want to know the certainty of everything. You don't know. You don't know if this live is going to get you a client. You don't know if the 3 lives won't get you a client, but it's the 4th live that gets you a client. You don't know if it's your 100th DM that gets you your client. You don't know if you are actually doing your nails and the person doing your nails is a possible client. You don't know it. So stop looking for certainty. There is no certainty in this. There isn't. But what you need to side with is your highest vision. You need to side with your dream business, your dream clients, your PayPal going off because of payments. Ding, ding, whatever virtual thing you use. Venmo, I don't know the other ones. Cash App, PayPal, Stripe. Ding, ding. But if you're looking for certainty, you're not going to get that. You're not. But guess what? In your actions, you will get results. In your actions, consistently, with a high vibrational energy, you will get results. Okay, guys, I'm going to take some Gas X. And I'm trying to burp, and it's not coming out. So it has to come out the other way later on today. TMI. Alright, that is it. I just wanted to come in and pour my heart out to you guys, because if you guys are feeling funky, trust me, I've been there. Stick to it. Keep going, moving forward. Week 1 of August, I'm going to want to know what your numbers look like. What kind of strategy calls have you done? What kind of work have you done? If we're doing a launch for you, I think some of you guys have already given you guys your launch content. Also, if you guys, a reminder on the recordings, I do send that out to you guys. So make sure you download that fairly soon. Download it as soon as you get the email so that I can remove it from, I do actually remove it from the Zoom profile because it takes up space. So please download those as soon as the email comes to you. You keep those in your laptop or computer because I will actively be removing them in the archive because it's just getting too many. It's just too many of them. Another thing is, oh, that's it. Yeah, just download those recordings. Let me know if you guys need my help. I am still available and around this week. And that's it, guys. All right, I hope you guys found this supportive, helpful in your journey. Sending you guys a ton of love. Let me know if you guys need any assistance. And make sure you do your meditations and your blessing out for your clients, blessing out your program, blessing your virtual presence and your messages, and only allowing high vibrational entities into your space, and also do your bubble protection. Mwah! Bye, guys.